In this talk, we are going to look at whether it is possible to clear bad karma. You know that in Buddhism, Buddha always talks about good things, gentle things, right? In his training, he always talks about good things. He doesn't have to talk about things that people do in a bad way. I think in our Sutta classes on Monday, those who are coming to Sutta class here at Buddhist Mahavihara, we learned lately about how does Buddha train people. His training is 3 types, right? Maybe I start with that thing. There is a sutta called KC Sutta. KC Sutta. Sorry. KC Sutta. In this KC Sutta, you can see the place. It's going to be in this sutta, Buddha talks about 3 types of training that he does. So he does not want to talk about akusala things, bad things which people do. He talks about training people. Now we are also getting trained here, right? We are self-training. We are training in the retreat. So he trains people in 3 ways. One is gentle way. Second is harsh way. And the third is gentle and harsh. I think, gentle way. What is the gentle way which Buddha follows to train people, humans, others? The gentle way is he only talks about the good side of everything. Say, for instance, your 5 precepts. Taking care of all living beings is good. That is what you are supposed to do. Taking care of not only other beings, but also their possessions, belongings, possessions is good. Do it. And taking care of your relationships, helping other people take care of their relationship is a good thing. Do it, support that. Always trying to speak the truth in whatever the ways with conditions, then it's good. Carry on, do it. Try to be always mindful as much as you can. Especially you are monitoring your food and beverage intake, the amount and what you are going to eat, drink is good, continue. So that kind of teaching is gentle way of training under the KC Sutta. And second training is sometimes it doesn't work for many people, some people. So then the Buddha goes to the harsh way. When you understand harsh, this English word, you might think Buddha comes with a stick and like in the Zen meditation, when people sit down for meditation. In case you doze off, master comes and just give a whip behind you, like you get the meditation motivation at that point. Okay, I'm sleepy now, not good. It's not that kind of harsh training. Harsh way means Buddha trains someone by telling the negativities of the activities. Say, for instance, don't kill, don't steal, don't sexually misbehave, don't lie, don't get intoxicated. This is what you have been trained every day by monks and others. Panatipata, Veramani. Panatipata means killing, Veramani, don't do it. Adinadana, Veramani. Stealing, don't do it. There is stealing, don't do it. Kamesu Michachara. Kamesu Michachara means sexual, misconduct, don't do it. Musavada, lying. Don't do it. Veramani. Suramere Majjapamadattana, becoming intoxicated. Don't do it. So that is something giving you the bad activity first, and then after that say, don't do it. That is harsh training. Now you understand, a lot of monks and others have trained you in the harsh way so far. Right? So this is harsh way. We call it parusa. Parusa. This one is called sanha. Sometimes it warrants a mixture of these two trainings, gentle and harsh. Some people need both training. They have to see the good side and also the bad side. Now, our retreat title is Clearing Bad Karma. Of course, we are going to talk about this bad karma in detail, right? So, I'm going to pick up a stanza from both, this is mentioned in both places. We will pick up Angulimala Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya's 86th Sutta. What is this Angulimala? Who is this person? What really happened? Now in the UK, they were looking for the name for the Buddhist chaplaincy prison, and they found out Angulimala prison. They labeled the name of the prison as Angulimala prison. So there are a lot of things going on about Angulimala. Some of them are really mystic, mythological stuff. Some are a little bit inferences, guessing stuff. So we want to understand what really went through with Angulimala and what is this stanza. This is the stanza that we are going to discuss initially to prove that it is possible to clear our bad karma if you have done. Yassa papang katang kammang kusalena pitiyati. So mang lokang pabhaseti abha muttu Chandima. Yassa means someone. Papang kammang katam. Papa means bad, akusala. Someone has done bad karmas, suppose, definitely. Then that person can kusalena pitiyati, clear or cover those bad karmas with good karmas, kusalas. It is possible to clear by covering them. How does it work? So, imang lokang pabhaseti abbha muttu Chandima. So, that particular phenomenon process is like the sky without the clouds, right? It's like the Chandima. Chandima means the full moon. When there's the full moon, then that is not the sky with clouds, right? So that person is going to illuminate in the world just like the sky free from the clouds, becoming the Chandima, the full moon. So that means it is possible to cover, clear bad karmas. Once again, I want to say, kind of a disclaimer, that this is not a motivation to someone to create new bad karmas and then to do this process. So from today onwards, this is for the past bad karmas you may have done in the past, right? So it's possible. You see, someone whose bad karmas cleared by the good karmas lights up the world like the moon freed from clouds. Angulmala Story. You know what really happened with Angulimala? What happened? His name was not Angulimala. His name was Ahinsaka. Ahinsaka was his name. Ahinsaka means the most innocent person. The most innocent person. Ahinsaka. But what happened? He was such a very studious student in the class. So both teacher and teacher's wife, you know, Takkasila, that was the main, Takkasila was the main education university at that time. We understand this was located in Gandhar, the modern Afghanistan. And then all the elite families, they send their kids to this place. Like in today's world, a parent is considering to send their children to Ivy League universities in the world. So Takkasila was the most Ivy League university at that time. And the teacher and his wife, they were very much liking this Ahinsaka, such a studious student. But other students were not happy about it. You know, the jealousy is arising everywhere, even in any place. And then they set him up against the teacher. They fabricated a lie. The lie was that Ahinsaka is having a scandal with your wife. You gotta keep an eye. And he's doing this behind the scene. So teacher did not pay attention to that. He thought maybe this is a lie. But most of the students were trying to most of them became very jealous about him because he was such a genius. Then he started to believe. Then he said, okay, I cannot take revenge, surfacely. So I want to set up a plan. The plan is, as you understand, you want to tribute me. At that time, every student must pay a tribute to the teacher at the end. So you are going to do an early tribute to me. That was, I need a garland of 1,000 fingers. You gotta do it because that's the way how you're gonna be grateful to me. Then this point is something interesting. Sometimes when an intellectual person is gonna be very, very vulnerable with the intellectual perspective, he even can kill other people. You know, I don't want to mention their names. Some of the religious traditions, they become fanatics and they can brainwash their mind. But you are too intellectual. Your compassion part, ethics part going down. Only the intellect part is going high up. Then he was brainwashed. Okay, I'm going to do it for you. And then he started collecting fingers. To an extent, he was short of only one finger, perhaps. Took one finger from one person. And he became a brigand. He was killing people on the street. This was a tradition at that time. You can see he was killing people ambuscading people on the way and was collecting these fingers. At a certain point, mother heard that King Kosala is going to take him down. So definitely mother had this filial piety, and then she wanted to go earlier and then to save her son. Buddha saw this that morning. It is said that Buddha is paying attention to someone, at least 1 to 2 people every morning. Who am I going to help out today? That's a very good motivation, right? Even if we wake up like that, who am I going to help out today? Not that who am I going to bully today? Who am I going to disturb today? Right? When you wake up in the morning, trying to create lots of thoughts about altruism, mudita. And Buddha saw, yes, this mother is going to see Angulimala, and on the way, she is most probably killed by his son. So I want to go earlier and help out. So Buddha went earlier, and then Angulimala was very happy. As a monk, cannot run with the robe, I can easily fulfill my 1,000 finger. And then the Buddha was walking, and then he said, stop, right there. And the Buddha said, I have stopped already. You are the one who is running here and there. But with that statement, something triggered in his sansaric life. He was such a bad criminal. He thought to himself, Samana Gautama, these monks are not lying. There must be something truthful what he's saying. He said he is not walking. I think he's walking, but he says he's not walking. I have to trust him. Okay. Then he came nearby. Then Buddha said the same thing to him. Then he dropped his all the weapons and all that. And then Buddha said this Pali stanza, Yassa papang katam kammang kusalena pitiyati. He gave a sutta, Angulimala Sutta. But this is not what is important to us in our retreat. We have to look at what really happened. You can see here, say for instance, now Angulimala became a monk, so the Buddha brought Angulimala to the temple, Jetvanarama. And then at that time only, King Kosala was going with his army to take him down. Then Buddha asked a question, are you going to see King Bimbisara? Are you going to see Lichavi, one of the earliest democratic republicans in ancient India? Are you going to have a war with them? He said, no. He said, where are you going today with all this army? He said, there is a brigand in the forest who is taking down a lot of people, killing. So we want to find him. And the Buddha asked, what if that brigand, that killer, serial killer, became a monk and then following whatever the things in the monkhood, are you going to respect him? He said, yes. Then after a short chat, Buddha said, this is that Angulimala. He was very shocked to see him. Yeah, he's that Angulimala. He's now in the Aryan birth, Arya life, noble life. You can go respect him. And then what happened? King released him. That's interesting. Huh? King released him from all the crimes he did. Right? Not a good idea, right? When somebody became a monk, all the bad karmas, all the physical criminal activities are released by the king. That's not a good idea. But what Buddha did was, after he ordained Angulimala, he made a rule, Vinaya discipline rule. From today onwards, if someone has criminal history, that person cannot be ordained. So Angulimala was exclusively ordained. After Angulimala, no monk can ordain someone without checking that person's criminal history. So monks have to check that. At the same time, Buddha said, no monk should ordain someone who has lots of debts to the government, banks, and all these things. Then monks have to check the credit history too. Do a credit check. Because at that time, some people, they suddenly came to the temples, Bhante, I want to become a monk. Please ordain me. So they ordained. Then government could not do anything after that. So there was a problem with the temple and the law, right? So then the Buddha said, from today onwards, you must check all these things. That means ordaining someone is not a simple activity. Just because you want to become a monk or nun, that is not a good thing. So they have to have their own nice system to ordain. Okay, so then Angulimala became a monk. But what happened? You see this picture. In this picture, you can see monk Angulimala went for Pindapata, and then he was always injured with stones, sticks, and other things. Because the families who lost their people to Angulimala, they didn't want to forgive him. They cannot forgive. They lost their children, they lost their husband, wife, parents. So they did not recognize him as a monk, so they always wanted to pelt stones, throw sticks. Then what the Buddha said, see, Buddha is sitting over there, and what he said, this is the Pali statement. You can see here, Adiva sehi twang brahmana, Adiva sehi twang brahmana. Said, the Buddha saw him coming off in the distance and said to him, tolerate it, Angulimala, tolerate it, Angulimala. You are experiencing in this life the results of the bad karma that might have caused you to be tormented in hell for many years. Many hundreds or thousands of. Buddha did not intervene the people. Buddha didn't go out and tell people, Angulimala is a good monk, don't pelt stones at him. He didn't do that. Buddha also cannot stop some bad karmas of some people. Bad karmas are such powerful, even the good karmas. Then he told Angulimala, monk Angulimala, tolerate, try to tolerate, because you are now experiencing the minor version of your bad karmas. If you did not become an arahant, you would be definitely suffering a lot. So for those people who might think, how come Angulimala became an arahant? See, he was suffering in a different way. So don't take any bad karma for granted. Our purpose is to minimize, no to the bad karmas. At least to minimize, then go to the no version of bad karmas. And what happened after that, as you can see, this means that while we can always try for enlightenment to attain sotapanna or nibbana, through dedicated practices, we must still face the consequences of any serious bad karma, unwholesome action we have committed, through perhaps in a less severe way. Less severe way, that is even a little better. We can get a little bit of pardon, a little bit of pardon. But we have to learn how to do it. Therefore, the recommendation is to cultivate wholesome actions, to counter past unwholesome ones, but more importantly, to avoid creating new unwholesome actions altogether. That is the plan. So, what can we do for this? What are the Buddha's teachings for overcoming bad karma, and how can they be practiced? I think some of you may not even know what is karma, right? We'll start with that general explanation. What is Buddhist karma? Then talk about good karma, bad karma. What is karma? Karma means intentional activity. Be very careful. This concept is such a very interesting concept, and perhaps some people can misuse it as well. Because they all happen within our mind, within our thoughts. Say someone can say that I ran over someone on the highway. But when he was questioned, I didn't know that there was somebody. Right? He was trying to look for a karma immunity. So karma is not a free pass to attack someone, kill someone, because it's an intentional activity. So we have to always be true and honest to us whether we are doing anything intentionally or not. So karma means intentional action. In Buddhism, there is a certain immunity for those people who are mentally sick. That's why in the Vinaya, it is said that when some other monks accuse another monk is doing something wrong, let's say there's a monk who suddenly blame a couple of other monks, then the Buddha said you cannot just label him as doing bad. So we have to bring him to a certain committee and check whether he was mentally healthy at that time of the blaming. So they have to check whether that particular monk is healthy. In the same way, let's say there is a mentally sick person who is trying to blame you, who is trying to throw tantrums to you. You don't need to be worried about it, because they are not in the right mind. You have to make sure that you are safe. So this intentional action has to be carefully understood. That is karma. But for the other contemporary religions, karma is not the intentional action. All the physical actions are karmas. Especially, at the Buddha's time, there was a very famous, even now, religion called Jainism. For them, every action is a karma. Now, say for instance, if I walk here, I don't see any tiny creatures on this hardwood floor. If they find out there was a tiny little ant here, they are saying you are doing a bad karma. But if I saw the ants, it's not good to step on them. But if I don't know, I might have stepped on them. So intentional part is exclusively coming from Buddhism. So every intentional action is creating karma. Now, what about you? Are you creating karma now? What karma are you creating now? Good karma. Then we are creating an interesting connection to something else. What do you think? Everybody who sat here in this retreat are creating the same karma as a result? Or your karma become different at the end? Same karma, sit down, meditate, listen to Dhamma talk, practice. But what do you think? Is each person's result of the karma going to be similar or dissimilar? It is going to be dissimilar. There are causes and conditions. We will learn that. Okay, because of the timing, I would like to discuss what can we do if we have done a akusala kamma. Now, intentional action, kusala kamma, and akusala kamma. I think I have to again explain something else. What is a kusala kamma? There are, how many kusala kammas are there? Wholesome kammas. How many wholesome kammas? Major one. There are 10 wholesome kammas. 10 wholesome kammas. Then the opposite is unwholesome. Also 10. What are they? There are 10. First one is, first kusala kamma is? Huh? Now we are going to understand the standard list of kusala kammas. The rest is implied inside. Standard list. Right? Standard list is different. I mean, the kusala kammas, they have a standard list. First one is taking care of mother beings. Let's take it in the nice way. Then taking care of others' possessions. No adinadana, no panatipata, no adinadana. Then third, sexual conduct. No misconduct. Right? So these are the 3 kusala activities from the body. Always try to take care of you, take care of other beings. Always try to take care of other people's possessions. You are not going to steal. You are not going to take what is not given by others. And if this is happening in your life, it's sexual conduct, not misconduct for the body. Then speak in the truth. No musavada. Then united speech. United speech means you are not going to divide people by bad mouthing. Always try to bring people together. There are some people who are doing that. But you are not going to divide people. You always want, when you talk to someone, you're thinking, is this something good for other person? Whether my speech is going to make a break between their relationships. I always want them together. So, united speech. Third one, pleasant speech. Pleasant speech. Always try to speak in a pleasant way. This pleasantness is different from cultures to cultures, place to place, right? Then, meaningful speech. What about, there are 2 gossipers. A gossiper talks to B gossiper. And they both are gossiping. A says, yeah, this is beneficial. Meaningful talk to the other gossiper. That this should be meaningful, what do you call, virtuous speech. It has to be a virtuous speech, meaningful. So these are the good, what do you call, kusala kammas you do by speech. Right? Then, what about here? The three things about the mind, thoughts. What are the kusala kammas that you can do with your mind, with your thoughts? No. Strong greed. Strong greed. Strong greed means abhijja. We have anabhijja. Then, next one is goodwill. Huh? Goodwill, no ill will, always goodwill. Finally, right view, samma ditti. These are from mind. Now, if you ask whether have I been doing good karma or bad karma, if you do these 10, good karma. If you are doing the opposite, bad karma. Now, we are going to look for a way how to, if you've done the opposite of these 10, how to clear those actions, because you are already a good person. You want to do the good side of these 10. I mean, these are already good side. If you look at this list, what do you think? Have you been doing a lot of good karma or bad karma? Tell yourself. You are so accurate, huh? 50-50, somebody said over here. What do you think? Tell yourself honestly, what have you been doing out of these 10? It's a question. We don't want to go to personal lives, but it's a question. It's a very good question you have to ask from you. I think the most important question in your life. Right? So ask that question. When you ask that question, if you are not happy with the answer, then now you know the way. These 10. And one important thing here is that Buddha says a lot of people do a lot of bad karma through speech. Through the speech. That's why speech has 4. Body has 3, mind has 3. That means a lot of people cannot calm their speech, but they go to calm their mind. How to calm the mind without calming the speech? Just we understand this is connected to our thoughts. We will discuss that. But try to calm, discipline your speech. Where are you going to, get rid of a lot of akusala, bad karmas? How many people are worrying about their speech when they talk to other people? They hurt other people every day, every single day with their speech. But they think they are doing Buddhism. They are practicing Buddhism. They go to viharas. They practice meditation. But their speech is always unpleasant. Why is it? They haven't done a reflection about what am I talking? How am I talking? Am I hurting other people? Am I not doing the opposite? Not doing these 4? Am I doing the opposite of these 4? Do that reflection. At the end of the day, then at least you have this motivation to do the rest. All right. So if you have done akusala, kusala, then continue. If you have done akusala, then we are going to talk about what to do at this point. First thing is repentance. Repentance. Repentance means, what is that? What is the Pali word for repentance? Remorse, guilty. The very popular word is becoming guilty about your actions. Are we supposed to be guilty in our life? Are we? Are we becoming guilty, or it happens naturally? It can happen naturally. As you understand, even some animals can become guilty. Huh? When they made a mess, they feel they did the mess, but they cannot put them back again. Huh? They are animals. So they are hiding under the beds. Right? Remember, there is a Jataka story where 4 people wanted to take precepts. In that group of the people, 2 out of them were animals. They wanted to take precepts. In one group, there was one big cobra. He went to a village and there was a very large white cow. He stepped on him, so he attacked the cow. Cow passed away in a moment of time. Then the cobra felt very remorseful about what he did. He went to the side, he was looking. A lot of people come and respect this cow. So he understood this cow is not a normal cow, highly respected cow. That's why a lot of people, they are crying, mourning over, doing a lot of things. He felt very remorseful about what he did. So he went to one temple. He said to the monk, I want to take precept. You might be thinking, what a joke is this? But please keep in mind, at that time, it is said animals used to talk. Don't know how. But somehow, because of this modern world, they lost this ability. All these dogs, cats, these cobras, they used to talk. You go and check Jataka story. They lost this wonderful ability. Now you have to understand what they talk now. Otherwise, you cannot think about it. So he went to the temple. He said, I want to take precept. And there was another type of animals, 2 birds. They had a breakup. So both of them went to the temple and both of them said, we're going through a breakup, we're not happy. So we want to take precepts. These are animals, right? So even animals, they feel remorseful. Now the question is, the Pali word for repentance, we call it kukkucca. Kukkucca means regret. Kukkucca is not a good thing in Dhamma, because kukkucca means dosa, anger. You think you had done something which you should have not done. But it happened. Now you are having a kind of a self-sabotage with regard to what you have done. Normally in our life, we have lots of what if, should haves, could haves. What if, should haves, could have. What are we going to do with this what if, should haves, could haves? Are we going to be driven away by all these memories? No, we don't have to. The Buddha said, kukkucca is important to understand our bad karmas. A motivation, but don't dwell on that state too long. If you keep staying, you will develop anger, hatred. Say, for instance, you said an unpleasant word to somebody one day, long time ago. In order for you to release this bad karma in this life, you need to truly be regretful about what you did. That is a necessity. But don't keep staying on it, because there is a certain thing you can do. What are you supposed to do? You understand, you did it, then you want to acknowledge. Right? You're going to acknowledge this bad karma was happened. So you are going to, as you can see here, the first step is to honestly acknowledge your known akusala activities. If you have harmed someone, it is essential to offer a sincere and honest apology. Sometimes they have already passed away. So you are giving that apology in your thoughts. Sometimes you cannot still go and apologize. Still problems are happening. At least you do it in your own way. You don't have to meet that person. You can do it in your own way, because you have a sanya. You can create a new sanya. I am truly sorry about this particular act. That is necessary. In order to do that, you need a little bit of kukkucca, but don't stay on that. Just a flashback of the kukkucca. As this is the starting point for clearing bad, starting point, entry point. Then, until you take this step, the consequences of your unwholesome actions will remain poised to affect you on the way. Following your apology, it's crucial to honestly commit to practicing the 10 kusala activities to clear bad karmas. Those 10. You must keep doing those 10, which we did. in this process, we need an abundant level of patience and forgiveness, the people who are involved and yourself. Normally, without a certain level of patience and forgiveness, we cannot continue this journey. That's why we need to understand that the next step is to cultivate patience and develop forgiveness for yourself and others. Patience means kanti. We need kanti. Kanti means patience. Because sometimes you only become patient when you see the doctor only. Yeah? You don't become patient because you have to be patient. Doctors are not going to see you because you have to wait. Specialists. So we are going to see patience. Now with the kukkucha, you understand the problem. You acknowledge it. Now, patience. What is the patience? How important is patience to this clearing bad karma process? The Buddha said, patience is the root kusala. Root kusala. What does it mean by root kusala? The Buddha said all the wholesome activities, 10 kusala activities, going beyond dana, sila, bhavana, and all the other minor major activities, they are rooted in the patience. Now think about this meditation practice today, bhavana. How much you have to be patient today to sit down like this? Do you normally sit down like this in the house for many hours? Huh? You don't do that. You have to become patient to learn, to practice. Dana, you have to be patient. Sometimes you can't get a date for the dana. You have to wait. Sometimes you have to sacrifice that date to somebody else. Right? So we need lots of patience. If you don't have patience, forget about other things. No meditation, no dana, anything, no chanting even. Patience is the root. So keep it as the root kusala. And then, when you practice patience, you understand that you can forgive yourself and the others. When it comes to forgiveness, a lot of people think they are supposed to forgive other people. Have you forgiven yourself? When have you told, I forgive myself? Tell me. How many of you have done so far that particular thing? Forgiveness. Have you ever told yourself, I forgive myself as of today? How many of you? Then you are going to forgive other people. You haven't done for you, you're going to do to other people. That is going to be not sensible. You have to forgive yourself. This is the process. Remorse, acknowledgement, patience, forgiveness. Only when you forgive, transformation starts happening. Transformation. Because Buddha said, good person can become a bad person in the next moment. Bad person can become a good person next moment. I believe that transformation. Yes, you can see, when you forgive yourself at that point, then you let go of the anger and resentment, you create space for healing, and that rest of the process is going to work. Now, the most important part of what you may be expecting about what to do. The best thing to do to clear your bad karma, known ones, unknown ones, is try to intensify your noble eightfold path practice. Only way, only way, nothing else. Now you might be thinking, dana, chanting, respecting parents, what else? Meditation, what else? What are the other kusala things you are doing every day? Katina, Vesak, listening to Dhamma. Where are they going to fit in? They all are under the Noble Eightfold Path. One practice approaching many things. If you do it in the proper way, then you are taking care of everything in your life. Okay, then I want to bring up something relevant to this. As you can see, we are going to pick up a sutta called Lonaka Palla Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya's 3.100. For those who have not read that much Pali, don't worry, try to understand the meaning only. But I just give you these suttas, so if there is somebody who is interested, they can go and check out later too. This sutta explains that the results of karma are experienced differently by two individuals. Very interesting. Same good karma, but results are different, with one suffering less than the other. Is it something like this? I do the bad karma, you do the bad karma, but I do it and I get less bad karma and you get more bad karma. Are you going to race out with other people? It's not like that. The individual who experiences less suffering is the one who has cultivated more sila, more samadhi, more panya. Let's say now there's A and B. Both are not supposed to do bad karmas, body-wise, mind-wise, speech-wise, but somehow out of a very, troubling time, this person is going to make a mistake. But person A has been practicing sila well, samadhi well, panya well. Person B has done nothing, but done the same bad karma. But person B suffers a lot compared to the person A. And then, in contrast, the person who suffers significantly from the same minor unwholesome actions is the one who has not developed this quality. Now you get something interesting here. You can have this understanding. You can clear lots of bad karmas if you have already been practicing sila, samadhi, panya. I think we have to discuss these things. What are these three things called? Sila, samadhi, panya? Three noble trainings. But there are certain issues with regard to these three. Sila. Number one, sila. Number two, samadhi. Number three, panya. Sila means discipline. Na? Discipline. What is the discipline? Discipline means, in your way, you're going to keep your 5 precepts. Don't think too much. Just 5 precepts. Sila. Samadhi. Samadhi means our thoughts are always going here and there. We need to sometimes try our level best to calm our thoughts. Maybe transform our negative thoughts into the positive, not positive, I would say wholesome thoughts. Sometimes there are negative, positive thoughts. Right? There are some people who are creating bad karmas with positive thoughts. We have to say wholesome positive thoughts, better. Ethical positive thoughts. Right? Is it a 1-day activity, 2-day activity? So you are going to practice samadhi Saturday, Sunday, November 2nd, 3rd, and Monday you're going to be very bad, How is it going to work, this samadhi? It is an ongoing process. Ongoing. It's a journey. It's a process. It's not a ripple effect. It's not a result. Ongoing process. So what to do? How to practice samadhi? How to practice this samadhi, concentration? It's a practice of many things. Basically, let's take the basic stuff. We have to start with Brahma Viharas. Brahma Viharas. What are the Brahma Viharas? Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekka. How to practice them? Morning to evening, we are supposed to find opportunities to practice Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekka. That process has to keep going. It's not like today morning, one day morning, someone woke up and then said, may I be well, happy, peaceful. May no harm come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May no problems come to me. May I always meet with success. May I also have patience, courage, determination to meet and overcome all inevitable problems, difficulties, failures in my life. May all good karmas follow me. And you finish 10 minutes of meditation and then you start nagging, whining, complaining. Why are you like that? No, that is my metta meditation. But now it's finished. Oh, this is not just a meditation. These are attitudes. Attitudes. Not sitting meditation only. They are our attitude. I have to think with metta, talk to people with metta, then act with metta. Right? I have to then, be kind in whatever the things I am doing. I go out, I go walking, you go work. You have to bring kindness to all these activities, to people around you, to you. Right? So, and what about mudita? Mudita means being able to happy with regard to achievements, your achievements, other people's achievements. You have to be truly happy for other people. There was someone who told me lately in one of the retreats that she was listening to two of her friends talking about hiking somewhere. They both went for a hike and now they are happily remembering the memories about the hike. And she said, I feel very jealous about them. I said, why? Because I haven't gone in that hiking with them. I said, if you don't have your happiness practice, if you have not created your own way to be happy, then when everybody is sharing their own happiness, you will become jealous. You find your own happiness. Create your own happiness. When you create your own happiness, regardless of whoever talking their own things, you don't mind. You can join with their happiness. You can join. Otherwise, you will, every time somebody says, I went to this country, that place, this waterfall, that place, I ate here. How come? Right? Right? So, when you create your own happiness, you can customize your happiness. You don't worry about what other people do. Mudita. Is this a meditation? Sit down and do? No, this is an attitude. You can do as a meditation, but this is an attitude. We have to bring it to every personal, social, working encounter. They are the opportunities to practice. Then upekka, the last one. Upekka means? Equanimity. Equanimity means, in layman's language, being able not to be overwhelmed by anything that is happening. You are not shaken. When someone says, I'm very shocked to hear that, that means the upekka has gone already. I'm very shocked. I'm taken aback. I'm flabbergasted. Too surprised. Something must have happened, But when you write emails, I'm shocked to hear this saddening death that happened to somebody. Upekka means you are not overwhelmed. Whatever happens, okay. When someone says, you are the best, thank you for that compliment. But you are the same person. When that same person criticizes you in the following day, you are not feeling down. You understand these are 8 worldly conditions that are coming to me, going around, coming back to me, going around. Right? You understand it. Upekka. Remember the story about one man, Atula, his name. A devotee to the Buddha, Atula. Atula went to see a monk. I think his name is Revata, Arahant Revata. And then he informed Arahant Revata, Bhante, I want to listen to a Dhamma talk. Please give a Dhamma talk. So, Bhante Atula gave a very short talk. He was not very happy. I think Dhamma talk must have existed more than this short talk. Not happy. He left with his people. Then he approached Bhante Arahant Sariputta, the one who is next to the Buddha. Then he and his people asked, can you give a Dhamma talk? Then Arahant Sariputta discussed Abhidhamma, super hardcore Dhamma teachings. Oh, too abstruse, too abstract, too abstruse, cannot understand anything. We better leave here. And then they approach Bhante Ananda, who is supposed to know a lot of Sutta teachings. Bhante Ananda gave a very long Dhamma talk, very, very long. They were not happy too either. Then they went to the Buddha. After that, they let the Buddha know, Bhante, we went to your very most erudite, very, monks, reputed monks, but we're not happy. Then the Buddha said, it is okay. That is their way. That's why you approach me. Because when the Buddha is giving a Dhamma talk, he first understands the level of mind of the people. Then he gives the Dhamma talk. So Upekha, the Buddha said, it is very normal that everybody is blamed. So don't get overwhelmed. So Upekha means a balance of your state of mind. You are not shaken by anybody. Right? So, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha, Brahma Viharas. So you can do this attitude every day to practice Samadhi. What else you can do to have Samadhi? Huh? Breathing meditation. Breathing meditation, we have to sit down. But the ripple effect of breathing meditation is when you practice breathing meditation, even when you are not doing breathing meditation, you can understand your variances of your breath. Let's say, you know you are on the way to become angry. You feel. You know you are on the way. You are not angry. You are on the way. Then through the variances of your breaths, heavy breaths, stuttering, cannot talk, loss of voice, you know something bad is going to happen now. Then through the breath, you're using the breath to stop it outrightly on the spot. So it's good. So breath will be a meditation, but when you practice it, it will become a good strategy for you to overcome akusalas on the spot. Some people cannot overcome akusalas on the spot. They look at akusalas after a long time, after 2-3 hours. Then a lot of things must have happened. So these are, what are the other things other than breath meditation? Mindfulness is the whole thing, right? We all try to be mindful with all these practices. We can do mini meditations. Mini meditations, what are they? Every activity can be done in a meditation. If you don't have a dishwasher in your house and you are going to do the dishes, you are thinking about stained, these leftover on my plate, right? How you are going to rinse them, how you are going to clean them away. It's just like my mind. Akusalas, when the akusalas are in the mind, it's like this leftover plate. I'm going to properly clean them with a sort of dishwasher liquid, right? So you are going to make it a meditation, right? Doing the dishes. Other things, cooking. If you have the privilege of cooking, then you are going to cook with metta, karuna, mudita, upekha, right? You are thinking, who is going to eat my food today? You want to give lots of karuna, lots of metta to this food. And you are concerned about the people's well-being. Like the sister who brought all the food for the 2 days for this retreat. She done a very good job, right? She graciously donated for the 2 days of food, of a bento plate. So you can bring lots of kusala activities into your daily things. Cooking. Driving is such a very good place to do meditation. What is that? Close your eyes and then Huh? Just give some gas to the accelerator and then suddenly brake, Is it how you're going to practice meditation while driving? No, you're going to be very concerned about other people, a cooperative driving experience. Am I going to drive too close to the front vehicle? Am I not checking the blind spots in my vehicle? Am I driving too slow? Am I trying to really go with the speed that is posted on the highway, other places? Meditation, right? You can bring lots of metta, karuna to the driving experience. What else? Huh? Eating is going to, eating. Do we practice meditation while we eat? Or are we going to let gadgets to carry us away? I think gadgets are winning all the time. Huh? Every time when you want to eat something, we want to have a bite, you're going to always be carried away by gadgets. Maybe certain applications, certain softwares. That means the impact of the gadgets are more powerful than your own mindset, your mind. So we are going to at least try to keep away from these gadgets, at least for that 10 minutes, 15 minutes of time. Perhaps this is why some people don't chew a lot while eating and they get sick. They get a lot of digestive problem, right? Compared to your elders. Look at your seniors, elders who lived 30, 40 years ago. They lived a long life because they had nothing to watch while they were eating, right? They just have to eat in the table, right? Talk to each other, but maybe focusing on that. They chew a lot. But nowadays, our generation, they don't chew a lot. They chew the internet. They chew the YouTube, they chew other activities, social media. Then they are claiming, see, my cousin got cancer, he also got cancer, there's a cancer in my household. Why? Something wrong, you are not eating properly. So some of the food are not digested in your body. And you can't even eat some of the foods because your body is not ready. So tiny little mistakes have taken you to a very big pitfall in your life. So we can bring this, mindfulness to the eating. How to bring it? We're going to do that. We are going to watch how we eat, what we eat, maybe being grateful to everything. What other things we can bring to samadhi, to create samadhi? There are so many things. Postures, posture meditation, we call it sampajanya, right? Walking, standing, lying down, and what else? Sitting, right? So whatever the way, try to keep samadhi, try to bring samadhi, try to maintain samadhi. Some people bring samadhi, but they don't maintain it. They make it, but they don't maintain it. So, samadhi. Then, panya. Panya means wisdom. Is wisdom very important to us? How important is it? In today's world, there are lots of intellectuals, smart people. It's good compared to our many decades before. But wisdom, in the sense of Buddhism, what is Buddhist wisdom? Yeah, right. There are two types of wisdoms that we talk about. One is the lofty wisdom. What is that? Nibbana. That is Nibbana. Let's not talk about it at this point. We are talking about lay people wisdom. Is that very important? That's very important now, all are lay people. So, how to practice lay people wisdom? What are you supposed to cultivate? There are 5 things you need to cultivate this lay people wisdom. The first one is what you call abhijja visamalobha, must be eliminated. Abhijja means greed for what you have. Visamaloba means greed for what other people have. This must be overcome as much as possible. What are the things we become greedy in our life? Money, loved ones, then property, wealth, even our Dhamma knowledge sometimes, we know better than other people, practice better than other people, practice more than other people, even that can also become a problem, right? So, don't create a greed for anything what you have. Sometimes there are people who are greedy for what other people have. What is the normal state of mind when they have it? Jealousy. In that previous example, that particular person was listening to two other friends talking about the hiking experience, and she suddenly became very jealous about them. So that is Visamaloba, that happens to Visamaloba. So we should be always trying to create our own happiness. So that's the answer. Right? No Visamaloba too. No greed for what other people have. Then second is ill will. Thoughts of destroying other people. Always come up with the thought of goodwill to help out other people. The moment you think like that, you become wiser, wiser, wiser. Third is sloth and torpor must be eliminated. That means laziness in our thoughts and our mental factors. Because now in our meditation also we emphasize about virya, right effort. That's the most important thing we are using for clearing bad karma, sloth and torpor. We say laziness of thoughts and mental factors. The fourth one is Uddacha and Kukkucha. Uddacha means restlessness of the mind. Kukkucha means remorse. And last one is Vichikicha. Vichikicha means doubts. So, when you are overcoming these five as much as possible, then you are becoming wiser. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Now, going back to the example. The Buddha said, if someone has been practicing Sila, Samadhi, Panya more and more, then what happens? That person will be experiencing bad karma less and less. I mean, I'm talking the past bad karmas. I'm not asking you to create new bad karmas. Okay? That's the most important thing here. Noble Eightfold Path is the most structured path, you know. There are 8. You can just search on internet too, just to minimize time. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right living, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. So when you keep practicing all these 8 together, you are creating an enormous shield from getting affected by the bad karma. I will give you a very simple example. When you have the right view means the proper attitude, what you should have in your thoughts, then what will happen? Your intentions become very wholesome, whatever the intentions. Then when your intentions are going to be wholesome, whatever you talk, going to be naturally wholesome. So the list is going. That means you are creating an enormous amount of kusala shield with regard to the bad karmas you may have done. That's number 1. Second is Anusati practice. We had a retreat about Anusati a few days ago somewhere else. Anusati, this is another good way to clear bad karma. Let's talk about this first, Sila Samadhi Panya. Actually, Noble Eightfold Path is none other than the Sila Samadhi Panya. Right? Perhaps I'm going to write like this. Right view, right intention. That's number 2. Number 3, right speech. Number 4, right action. And then number 5, right living. Right living. Number 6, right effort. Number 7, right mindfulness. Number 8, right concentration. What are these 8? We call it Noble Eightfold Path. This is the most important thing you need to do in terms of clearing bad karma. If you look at this path, the Buddha says this is none other than Sila Samadhi Panya. Where is Sila here? Which part is Sila in this path? Huh? Sila is number 3, number 4, and number 5. This is Sila. Speech, action, and living. Samadhi. This is Samadhi part. Panya, wisdom. First 2 is Panya. Okay. Panya is first 2. Now there is a problem. What is the problem here now? Normally we say Sila Samadhi Panya. Now it looks Panya Sila Samadhi. What is this? That means this process has to be changed this way. Panya, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Actual way is this. Why there are 2 Panyas? This Panya is the basic level of Panya. This is the lofty one, the highest one. Now say for instance, Buddha said, you cannot go to Sila without Panya. Why is it? You need to understand why do you practice Sila. Why do you practice Sila comes from a certain level of Panya. Now, if I ask you, why do you practice Sila? What would be your answer? You might say different answers, I know that. Why do you practice Sila? Precepts. What is the reason for the practice of Sila? Huh? To discipline us. Why? Why do we have to discipline us? We cannot meditate without Sila. You cannot go sit down and do a meditation. You need a little bit of purity, certain purity in your discipline. I haven't done any wrong thing today. Then your mind becomes concentrated faster. Otherwise, you might say, every time I meditate, my monkey mind going here and there, did you practice some Sila? No, the problem is that. That's the problem. No Sila. So we have to first practice some level of Panya. What is that level? Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa. Right? We need to have right view and right intention first. Then only we know why we are going to practice Sila. I normally pick up that example. A lot of my students know the 3 months old baby story. Yeah? I think you all know that. Maybe I will take it back. What if you see a 3 months old baby with regard to the Sila? Is that baby killing other beings? No idea, right? Is that baby stealing other people's stuff? Is that baby sexually misconducting? No idea about that. Is that baby lying to other people? Babies don't lie, yeah? Is that baby getting intoxicated? That means babies are more sila than you. You come here to practice sila, but they are in the house, they have already sila. Huh? What a waste of time, huh? 2 days. They have more sila. Is it true that the babies have more sila than you? Is it true? Yes, I mean, they are not doing anything wrong, so they are good. But in the context of sila, they don't have the sila. Because you are not killing because you know killing is unwholesome. To you, you create bad karma, and to other people, why do I kill? Why do I destroy someone's life? Right? But not creating excuses, huh? Bhante, 1,000 mosquitoes are going around my house at the moment. What to do? Should I kill or not? I'm asking question. How did the mosquitoes come into your house? Perhaps you have not closed the doors today, yesterday. Buddha is going to ask, how did the mosquitoes come in your house? Right? Maybe you are not keeping your house clean and tidy. Maybe you are not closing stuff. A lot of cockroaches going here and there. What to do with them? Perhaps you haven't done anything for the cockroaches. Maybe sprayed something before they come. Right? A lot of rats are going here and there. What to do? Should I kill them or not? So Buddha says, go back to the cause. Why these are coming to my house? What can I do? If the things are not in the hand of you, then you perhaps call the pest control. But before that, there are things you can do to these tiny animals. You don't have to kill them. Right? So, the understanding is that the baby is not having sila in that Buddhist way here because he doesn't know about it. You know this is unwholesome. This is not going to be good for other people. Why you don't sexually misconduct? You're supposed not to. Not good for me. I don't want to be a divorcee. I don't want to go through a breakup in my next life. I want to stay up with somebody. I want to maintain my happy relationships. And I know it is bad. I have to create myself moral parameters in my life with other people. With this world of lots of temptations, you are creating those moral compass. Why I'm not supposed to steal other people's stuff? There may be two people. One person is stealing a tiny 1 ringgit. The other person is going to break in a bank, stealing millions of dollars. So what do you think? The person who stole $1 and stealing $1,000, what would be the bad karma? Huh? Same stealing mind, same bad karma. But what if the two people thinking, one of them is thinking, stealing $1 is no problem, it's $1. Right? But stealing 1,000 is a problem. Trying to rationalize that $1 stealing, that is the problem. Stealing mind is the problem in Buddhism, not the stealing contents. Because if you overcome the stealing mind, you won't steal 1 ringgit, $1. Right? So that is where we have to approach. Stealing mind, not how much you steal. Then you won't steal much. You won't steal nothing actually. So then you are avoiding. Then why you are not lying? You know it is not good for me. It is not good for other people to mislead. Why you are not getting intoxicated? Either way of food and drinks. I'm not going to drink fermented food too much, drinks too much, distilled drinks and food too much, because I know when I lose my consciousness, I cannot have a sound judgment about my life and people who are involved in my life. Now, this part, where is this part coming to you? From right view and right intention. You need a bit of panya before heading down to the sila. That's why Buddha said start with some level of panya, not just hit the sila first. Those who hit the sila first end up with the sila second. They never make their way to samadhi. When you understand your path with a basic level of panya, then you are progressing to the sila and you are going to samadhi, you end up with the lofty level of panya. This is how to clear your bad karma. This is the way how to clear bad karma. And then, anussati practice. Now, in addition to this, now we are supposed, this is the main thing. Then, in addition to that, there are other practices we can do. One is anussati. Anussati. What is anussati? Sati is there. You know this word, sati. Mind. But anussati. Anussati means? Anussati means being able to remember certain virtues of somebody, and thereby you becoming mindful, or you are going to clear bad karma. What are the ways to practice anussati? There are six main anussati. Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Sila, Chaga, Deva. When you remember the qualities of these individuals, noble individuals, and plus your own practice, fourth and fifth, your own practice, you can clear your bad karma. Another alternative way, if you think Noble Eightfold Path is too lofty to you at this point, maybe you have to do it definitely, but in addition to this, practice these two, one of these six time to time. Buddha, when you remember the qualities of the Buddha, 9 great qualities, you become instantly concentrated. Because I cannot do bad karma looking at the Buddha. How to do it? Right? You create your own motivation because of the Buddha. Dhamma, whatever he taught was Dhamma. So I cannot bypass the Dhamma. I have to embrace Dhamma. So akato, sandittiko, akaliko, ehipassiko, opanayiko, pachattang vetabbo. 6 great qualities. Here 9, 6. Sangha. Sangha is a bigger community, not the monks in Buddhist Mahavihara or that temple, this temple. Monks, nuns, and upasakas, upasikas everywhere in this world. They all are Sangha members. Bhikkhu Sangha, Bhikkhuni Sangha, Upasaka Sangha, Upasika Sangha. How come people like you become Sangha? Can you become Sangha? If you are a Sotapanna and onwards, you are a Sangha member. Yeah. Buddha talks about 4 Sanghas. I think I got to write it here. 4 types of Sangha members. Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka, and Upasika. Here, Sangha. Now, in this explanation, any bhikkhu who is a sotapanna, any bhikkhuni who is a sotapanna, any layman who is a sotapanna onward, any lay woman who is a sotapanna onward, they all are Sangha members. How do you know that? Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ujupatipanno nyayapatipanno samechapatipanno yadidang chattari purisa yugani 4 set. Right? Yadidang chattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala sotapanna person who is going to become a sotapanna or a sotapanna. Buddha never said bhikkhu bhikkhuni. Anybody who is going to become a sotapanna is a Sangha member. They are entering the noble path. Doesn't matter what you are wearing, but at a certain point you will change your clothes. But it doesn't matter. What matters is whether you are making the way to that noble path. So, you can think about Sangha's qualities. Supatipanno, Ujupatipanno, Nyayapatipanno. What is Nyayapatipanno? What is Supatipanno? What is Samechapatipanno? What is Ahuneyo? What is Pahuneyo? What is Dakhineyo? What is Anjali Karaneyo? What is Anutteram Purusadhamma Lokasati. Anutteram Punyakettan Lokasati. These 9. And then Sila, whose Sila is this? Your own Sila can be in turn a meditation to you. Think about yesterday, I've been practicing Sila very well. I was a good person, and I can concentrate myself easily. So time to time you look at Buddha Dhamma Sangha, also you look at yourself. I'm a good person, I was a good person. That will in turn become your meditation subject. Why you want to look at other people? You look at yourself. Sila. Then Chaga. Chaga means generosity, dana. I have been practicing dana since many years. I'm happy for my dana, generosity. Not even food. What else? Sharing my knowledge, become a volunteer. Then what else? Even giving a good smile to somebody. An organic smile. Right? They all are part of dana. Even letting somebody go on his or her way, all these are part of dana. So you are thinking about your dana, you become concentrated. And you can clear bad karma by this. Finally, Deva. Who are Devas? Devas? Deva means divine beings. How to think about them? Has anybody looked at them, seen them? They must be living somewhere, right? Here is a meditation, so what to do? You are thinking, none of the devas became devas without good qualities. Deva became a deva because of saddha practice, because of sila practice, because of sutta practice, because of chaga practice, because of panya practice. I too have those 5, saddha, sila, sutta, chaga, panya. Devas, they practiced earlier, they became devas now. I also have these practices. And I'm going to respect, venerate these devas who practiced earlier than me, now who became devas. Thinking about devas, their qualities, right? And then practice deva anusati. So this is an alternative practice of mindfulness. You can practice that too to clear bad karma. But more importantly, I just want to summarize the talk now. We were talking about this meditation script. Okay. This is where we're going to end up today, this Dhamma talk. Now, practicing Noble Eightfold Path, this is the main thing. In addition to this, time to time, when time permits, Anusati, Brahma Vihara, mini meditation, posture meditation. So you are going to incorporate yourself into this. Out of all these things, what makes you keep practicing in your life? A consistent Dhamma practice. What makes you to become a person who has a consistent Dhamma practice? We call it right effort. Samma Vayama, which is here, but it is the balancing factor of all these, to this part and to this part. Right effort. What is right effort? Normally, energy and effort has been taken in a way as a working ethic. You have to work hard, then only you are making your commissions well, then you are making the company better, then only you are bringing the profits to the company, dividends to the company. But it's not that kind of effort here. Not the hard-working narrative with regard to effort. When you practice Dhamma, it is very important to practice Dhamma in a way that is not too excited about the Dhamma practice or too lazy about the Dhamma practice. We are creating right effort in between. That is what we are telling us as positive affirmations. May my right effort practice overcome my bad karma in this life, and the bad karma I don't know, I may have done in the past life. Right? So we call it as effortless effort. Effortless effort. What is this? Effortless effort means you are not too excited, not thinking that by tomorrow evening I will clear all my bad karma. I will go back to the default. Can you go like that? Can you go to our default? Even the default has akusala. Right? Even it has akusala. Because we are coming from many lives. You think about the Bodhisattva. Even before he became Bodhisattva, he also had done some bad karmas. So we all are in the same boat in that sense. But what needs to understand is that we have to properly balance out our effort. How to balance out our effort? You can see here, to have affirmations to prevent inactive akusala. May I put in effort to prevent inactive akusala? What are the inactive akusalas? Akusalas that you don't have now. You may be someone who is not bad-mouthing about other people. Why want to bad-mouth about people? Maybe being with papamitta, bad friends, environment, you don't need. So you are trying to prevent with some effort. Let's say you are not someone who is not becoming angry that fast, looking at now. But now you are associating someone who is getting grumpy very fast for some time now in your workplace, other places. Then you will be affected by that person, right? And you are thinking, no, I don't want to become angry like you. I'm already a good person. I don't want to become angry like you. You are telling yourself. You are preventing any possible akusala attack that can come from other people. Anytime. Putting effort. And then sadly, something has happened to you. You are already having some akusala, some, major akusala things you have. You want to remove them. How to remove them? Just sit down and say, may all my bad karma go away. Huh? Is that the way how you can remove? No. You have to put right effort in your current practice to remove them. You're going to bring about a lot of good karmas to remove them. So you are going to remove active ones. Already they are happening within you. Say for instance, you were a very complaining person in the past. Wherever you go, you complain to other people. Food is not nice. This is not a good place. You are such a bad guy. And I haven't found somebody like you before. And you are, at a certain point, you get to understand life. Not even my life. Everybody has these experiences. And this is a universal experience, universalized experiences, phenomena, things. Then you get to understand, I don't need to complain that much, that more. I rather embrace life. I'm calmed down. I'm kind of settled down in my own life, in my own way. Then, what is that? You are removing those active akusalas that have been holding you back for many, many decades. Removing bad karma. Third and fourth good side. May I put in the effort to maintain active kusalas. You already are such a very good, kind being. Such a light to you, light to other people. And you want to maintain, become consistent. Not today you are doing a big dana, tomorrow you are not giving anything to anybody. There are people like that. They're doing a very mammoth dana today, but tomorrow they even don't look at other people. Right? No, my dana is a consistent practice. Not today. Today I do, but tomorrow differently I do. Right? Maintain my kusala activities. Fourth, may I put in effort to cultivate inactive kusalas. And you are learning from other people. We learn from everybody. Even from the beggar outside on the street, homeless person, if there is something good. Buddha said, be open to everybody. Thereby you are creating this cooperative spiritual practice. You understand from everybody. Sometimes we may not understand things. We may have overlooked certain things. So you learn something new. What is it? You're going to learn something to have a positive attitude when you are going through a hard time. You learn a lot of Dhamma, but you never do it. Now you learn from someone, when the hard times, tough times, crisis is going on, have a positive attitude about it. Like how the Buddha did. when everybody was blaming the Buddha, people who brought dana to Buddha also started blaming. You did something wrong to XYZ people. Bhante Ananda said, can we move from this place, another city? Then Buddha asked him, what if the people will do the same thing to us in that city? Let's embrace it. Let's embrace this situation. And I tell you, only 7 days this will last. It will finish. Let's embrace. So you are getting affected by someone who has a better attitude than you, positive attitude, kusala attitude than you, better practice than you. You are embracing that thing. Cultivating. Inactive means not arisen yet. You are not doing it yet. You are bringing that up. So when you do this affirmation in a practice of breath meditation, after breath meditation, do it. That is a very good way to clear existing previous bad karmas. Every time your thoughts are very, very much strong enough in terms of kusala practice. This is like handling a vegetable garden. Huh? Let's say you are someone who is very much into running a vegetable garden. Think about, you are doing things to prevent weeds happening in your vegetable garden, right? You don't like weeds to arise. Then you are doing everything. You go and ask a second opinion from a nursery. Maybe you check, you search. So you are going to prevent unnecessary weeds going to happen. Sometimes, sadly speaking, due to some problems, weeds are going to come in your garden. At that point, you are going to remove them. It's like the second activity. But time to time, you understand you have a nice fruit, vegetable garden. You want to make it better. So you also need to ask some opinions. You go check with other people. That's the third one, maintain. Sometimes you understand, I still haven't cultivated certain crops in my fruits in my garden. So I want to bring them and I want to plant. I want to make a better garden in my house or wherever. So it's like that. So Samma Vayama is like compared to a vegetable fruit garden. So this is the affirmation type of meditation we can do to clear bad karma. We don't do something like the other people, Jains. You know, Jains, Buddha's time, one day Buddha was passing a place, they were giving lot of pain to their body. What pains they were doing? They told the Buddha, Bhante, we never had a shower for many years so far. So the dirty stuff has become like a layer. Now we are exposing to the sun in a very hot, scorching day, giving pain. We are giving our body to pain. And we are walking with a broom. We sweep the floor and then walk. And some of us, we don't wear clothes, thinking that we have some attachment, greed to the clothes. Then Buddha asks, what are you doing here with all this action? No, we are clearing our past bad karmas. Then Buddha was a little funny. He asked, how much bad karmas have you cleared so far? We don't know, but we are doing it. Then the Buddha's understanding was that we don't know what we have done, but when we follow the Noble Eightfold Path, one by one, they will naturally clear these bad karmas we done in the past. And we don't want to know what we have done. Like some people who go to some places asking people, can you check my palm and tell me what I have done in my past? You are getting more worried about your life then. I have done this and that in my past life. Unnecessary information are coming to you at that point. You don't need to do it. Don't want to worry about it. But we are not worried about our past, but we know as unenlightened beings, we may have done certain things, but I don't want to know them. It's like when you be with someone, you don't want to check the past history of that person sometimes. If you know the past history, the more you know, more problems are coming up. Right? In the same way, don't need to worry about your past. Worry about whether you are practicing these 8 In addition to these 8, you can practice Anusati, Brahma Viharas, mini meditation, posture meditation, as time, situation, conditions permit. This is what we do for clearing bad karmas. Now, going back to Angulimala, and we will finish. Bhante Angulimala passed away by killing almost 1,000 people. What happened to his bad karma? Is it fair for other people to die in the hand of him? We understand other people may have done their own bad karmas to be killed by Angulimala. But Angulimala had spiritual strength, abilities to attain Nibbana. Thereby, that means at least to follow these 8 within a short period of time and to attain Nibbana. When he attained Nibbana, he destroyed all the effects of bad karmas. That means this path will lead you to attain Nibbana, at least Sotapatti. Then shorten in the lifetime after this. When you shorten the lifetime, bad karmas won't have an opportunities to take effect. That's how you are going to clear the bad karmas. I think that's almost everything for this Dhamma talk, and at this point we will share all the good karmas. May all the good karmas we've been making today in this Dhamma talk about clearing bad karmas and what are the ways to do it be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now it's almost 11:30, so you may go to go to washroom, get ready for the dana. We're going to start dana in few minutes, so please get ready for that. I hope dana will be ready in a few minutes, and Brother Leslie is here, so he will give some announcements about that.